morning on day 6 of our daily reflection on your past is not your future, and we're going to be looking at God's plan for restoration. See, in Joel 2:25 it says this: I will restore to you the years that the swarming locusts have eaten. God's promise to restore what was lost, and trust that God has a plan for your future despite your past. So we need to pray for restoration and hope in those circumstances. And Joel 2:25 presents a powerful promise of restoration from God. It speaks to the idea that no matter what we have lost or endured in the past, God is able to and willing to bring about a renewal and a redemption in our lives. So let's delve into this verse and explore the implications for us today. Well, Joel 2:25 is to trust in God's promise of restoration, regardless of the circumstances that have led to loss or brokenness in our lives. We can find hope and assurance that God is a God of restoration. And just as he promised to restore the years that the locusts had eaten for the Israelites, he promises to bring beauty from ashes in our lives. This restoration may take various forms: physical, emotional, relational, or spiritual. But the key is to trust in God's faithfulness to fulfill his promises through prayer and faith. We can surrender our past hurts and losses to God, and believing that he is able to bring about healing and restoration in his perfect timing. So another important application is to embrace a future of hope despite of our past. It's easy to be weighed down by the mistakes and regrets and the losses of our past, but Joel 2:25 reminds us that our past does not have to dictate our future. So God has a plan and a purpose for each of us, and his plans are always for our good and his glory. By placing our trust in him and his promises, we can move forward with confidence and hope, knowing that God is working in all things together for our ultimate restoration and redemption. So through prayer, we can ask God to fill us with hope and expectations for the future, knowing that he is faithful to fulfill his promises. So in summary, Joel 2:25 encourages us to trust in God's promise of restoration and to embrace a future filled with hope. Through prayer and faith, we can surrender our past to God and trust in his ability to bring about renewal and redemption in our lives. As we place our hope in him, we can look forward to a future that is filled with his goodness and grace. Well, this has been a great week this week, and we've got one more day to go, so until then, I shall see you then.